students. In today's video we are going to see is about laboratory preparation of carbon dioxide. Okay, and it is very important for you all to remember last time we did general preparation of carbon dioxide, for which I have explained some reactions to you. Do practice those reactions the way I have taught you. Now we are going to see is the laboratory preparation of carbon dioxide, students. Now first let us see the setup out here. Okay, this is called your conical flux because it is in the shape of a cone, and this is called delivery tube. Okay, this is called your delivery tube, which is mentioned here, and this is a gas jar where we are going to collect carbon dioxide gas. And this is a funnel which is connected with the till the bottom of the conical flux is called Thiele funnel, and this black color is a cork, rubber cork. And from here you're going to put dilute hydrochloric acid. From here you're going to pour is dilute hydrochloric acid, which is slowly come down, and at the bottom you can see some pieces of calcium carbonate is down. So first of all, let us see the reaction, students, for the lab preparation setup. Hope so you understood. So you have to keep your calcium carbonate, which is also known by the name limestone, which is here. From Thiele funnel you are going to pour is dilute, DIL means dilute hydrochloric acid, formula is HCl. So you're going to put from up. So as HCl comes down, it reacts with calcium carbonate, and when they react we represent by the sign plus. So as they react, these are the three products obtained, students: calcium chloride, water vapor, and carbon dioxide. So this being a solid compound, it will remain here only, but this being a gas, carbon dioxide being a gas, comes out from here. Carbon dioxide being a gas comes out from here, and through delivery tube it will go this side and it is collected. So this carbon dioxide being gas goes up and it is collected this side. Okay, now let us see how to frame this equation properly. So you all know the formula of calcium carbonate is CaCO3, calcium carbonate formula. You are reacting with dilute HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. I have said you in my previous class, whenever here is carbon dioxide, students, whenever here is carbon dioxide, you always get water and carbon dioxide gas. So if this side is carbonate, CO3 means carbonate. If here is carbonate, CO3 means carbonate. So if there is CO3 carbonate, you always get here is carbon dioxide and water vapor. Now along with that, what should you get? Carbonate with acid. Carbonate compound with acid gives you always water and carbon dioxide. Now what you get here? Now if you see here, calcium is left, here chlorine is left. So you get a compound called calcium chloride. Since calcium and chlorine is left, so you get a compound called calcium chloride. But the valency of calcium is 2. I said you to remember the valency chart. So calcium valency is 2, so we write here 2. And this becomes the exact formula of calcium chloride. Now to balance it, you can balance randomly, okay? So here you can see 2 chlorine. So in the product side, so I'll put here 2. So 2 chlorine in the reactant, 2 chlorine in the product, balance. 2 hydrogen in the reactant, 2 hydrogen in the product, balance. 1 calcium in the reactant, 1 calcium in the product, balance. 1 carbon in the reactant, 1 carbon in the product, balance. 3 oxygen in the reactant, 2 plus 1, 3 oxygen in the product, balance. So this is a very easy reaction. Also you understood. So here you're going to put calcium carbonate. From Thiele funnel you're going to put dilute hydrochloric acid. When they react, carbon dioxide gas is produced, which is will go through this delivery tube and is collected out here. Okay, and calcium chloride and water will remain this side only. So as I said, you calcium carbonate is also known by the name limestone or marble. So marble chip, whether you say marble chips or you can say limestone or calcium carbonate, all three are same. And dilute hydrochloric acid. So what are the reactant in the lab preparation of carbon dioxide? The reactant in the lab preparation of carbon dioxide is calcium carbonate, that is marble chips, and dilute hydrochloric acid. Procedure I have already explained, no need to go through this. In the conical flask we will keep what? Calcium carbonate. From Thiele funnel, what are you going to pour? Hydrochloric acid. Okay, and do remember, during this process you have to remember there are some impurity present in calcium carbonate. You never get calcium carbonate in the pure state. It contains some impurity. Okay, like this is used to remove impurity like residual HCl, and to remove moisture, because you know that here water is also produced. So this water is removed by concentrated sulfuric acid. The job of concentrated sulfuric acid is to remove moisture. So I repeat again, in this preparation, there is excess of HCl here. So that excess of HCl, which remains as residue, is removed by adding potassium bicarbonate, and moisture is removed by adding conc sulfuric acid later on. But the main thing is to get carbon dioxide, which you get this side, isn't it? Carbon dioxide is all collected this side. So whatever moisture is here, it is removed afterwards by putting conc sulfuric acid, and residual HCl is removed by adding potassium bicarbonate. Now, always remember, carbon dioxide gas which you get in dry form is collected by upward displacement of air. So here we are going to collect is what? Carbon dioxide, but it is collected by upward displacement of air. Why? Because carbon dioxide is heavier than air. Carbon dioxide is heavier than air. So therefore carbon dioxide will go down and air being light goes up. And if air goes up, that is called upward displacement of air. Okay, because carbon dioxide is heavier than air. So therefore carbon dioxide will go down, air will go up. So it is collected by upward displacement of air. So the question may come, why carbon dioxide is collected by upward displacement of air? Because you have to say carbon dioxide is heavier than air. And how much time it is heavier? 1.5 times. And it is not collected over water because it reacts with water. Carbon dioxide is never collected in water. Usually we collect either in air or water, but carbon dioxide is collected in air, not in water, because it is soluble in water. It is fairly soluble in water. Okay. Now students, the question may come from here in this way. So you know that in the lab preparation, we are using hydrochloric acid. Dilute hydrochloric acid is used. What if instead of that we use dilute sulfuric acid here? So if we use dilute sulfuric acid instead of hydrochloric acid, you can see in the lab preparation, we have taken dilute hydrochloric acid. But instead of dilute hydrochloric acid, if you take dilute sulfuric acid, okay, the two product will be same. Here is again carbonate. Here is carbonate reacting with acid. So carbonate, when reacts with acid, you get water vapor and carbon dioxide gas. But here was HCl earlier, you got calcium chloride. But here is SFO, you get calcium sulfate. And this compound is insoluble. Okay, this compound forms a coating of insoluble this on the marble chip, whereby the reaction becomes slow. You just consider that this is your calcium carbonate. So when you put sulfuric acid from the Thiessen funnel instead of HCl, they react to form calcium sulfate, and that will cover the marble chip, whereby further reaction will not occur and the reaction becomes slow. So we should use always hydrochloric acid in the lab preparation, not sulfuric acid. Why? Because whenever sulfuric acid reacts, we get calcium sulfate, which is insoluble, whereby it will coat the marble chip, whereby further reaction will not occur because the reaction becomes slow. So this reasoning question is very important. You can remember it, students. It is in page 110, and do refer the book when you go through this video side by side. So let us go with the objective question to you now. The question may come like this. Write down the reaction involved in the lab preparation of carbon dioxide. So you have to show this reaction. Okay. What is the formula of marble chip? Calcium carbonate. What are the two reactant required in the lab preparation of carbon dioxide? These two is required. Okay. Next, hydrochloric acid is poured from where? Thiessen funnel. Remember, residual HCl is removed by adding what? Potassium bicarbonate. Moisture is removed by adding what? Concentrated sulfuric acid. Then do remember how it is collected. Is it collected by upward displacement of water, downward displacement of water, upward displacement of air, downward displacement of air? Answer is upward displacement of air. So why it is collected by upward displacement of air? Because it is heavier than air by 1.5 times. And it is not collected in water. Why? Because it is fairly soluble in water. And the next question they may ask you, why we can't use sulfuric acid instead of hydrochloric acid in the lab preparation of carbon dioxide? You have to say insoluble calcium sulfate is formed, which will coat the marble chip, whereby the further reaction becomes slow. So this is all about page number 10 about the lab preparation of carbon dioxide. Hope so you all understood. You can mark it in the book in the same manner and you can learn. Okay students, so if you want you can repeat the video. Thank you very much.